So this is going to be a soccer type game where you have to get a goal. So you can move the soccer ball around with the arrow keys. Up is to jump. Up here you can see there's also levels. And then when you jump into the net, it says goal. And then, so yeah. And then also, as it says on this level, if you can't touch the red. If you do, it'll bring you back up to the top. So, yeah. I will show you how to make this game now. Let's do it. Alright. So first what we want to do is we want to get our soccer ball. So you could draw a soccer ball, but I'm just going to use the one they already provide for me on Scratch. So, but I don't really want this cat, so I'm going to delete it. To delete anything in Scratch, really, you just go up here and click on the scissors. And then you can drag them around. And I'm going to delete the cat, so I'll just click on the cat. Alright, so we're going to go over here. This is how you make a new sprite. And we want to choose one from the library or what they have. If I would have clicked the paintbrush, that means I could like draw my own sprite. Here is like upload one from like a file, or here is take a picture. So, but I wanna go into here. Choose my sprite from library. So I'm just gonna go to the find the soccer ball. So I'm just gonna scroll down until I see it. There it is, soccer ball. So I'm gonna grab that. I mean, you really can use any type of ball, but since it's a soccer game, I would use a soccer ball. So now what we're gonna do is we're going to get our background, you know, like, which in this case you can draw your own background, but I don't want to do that. I wanna choose one of the soccer fields. So again, up here you can look at your backdrops, and I just want to get a new one from the library. So you go in here, and I'm just going to scroll down until I see a soccer goal. So here's one right here, so I'm going to click on goal 2 because I like the stadium in the background. Then I'm going to go over here and press OK. And there we go. So there's our background. We will not need to draw anything on there except one thing, which is we want to go to this box and grab the red. Make sure you fill in the box. And we just want to go and do a red box along the bottom. So if the ball hits that, it'll start over, because it wouldn't work if the ball could just roll across the bottom and then jump up and hit this. Alright, there we go. So, if you want, you can delete this other one here. But you don't have to. Alright, so now let's start coding the soccer ball. So, what we want to do is we want to make... So, first we're going to code it to go left and right. So, we're going to go to the brown events section and grab the when start clicked and just drag that out. So what that basically means is when this green flag up here is clicked, then whatever is under here will happen. So then we want to go into the yellow control section and bring out a forever block. That means whatever is inside here will keep on happening forever. So then we're going to bring an if block, saying if this right here is happening, then you do this. So in that if block, we want to go into the blue sensing category, and we want to do key pressed. So for this, we'll start with the left key pressed, or the left arrow. So you can do anything you want, like you may want to do the WASD keys, but I'm just going to do the arrow keys. So if left arrow pressed, then we want to change X, so go into the motion category, we do change X, and we do want to change X by -10. What X is is, so if you see down here, there are these, so there's X and Y, and then there's a bunch of numbers at it. And you can see as I move my mouse around, the numbers change. Well, there are coordinates on this whole screen right here, this whole game thing. And you can tell stuff where to go and stuff like that. So, the X is moving across the screen, and Y is moving up and down. So, if I were to go left, so if I'm moving my mouse left, that makes X go down. If I move my mouse right, it makes X go up. That's why I did this, change X by -10. We also want to change the direction. Well, actually, yeah, never mind. So yeah, if this key press, then it'll change X by -10. Then we'll do the same thing for right. So we'll go into here and grab the if block, and we'll go into the sensing and grab the key press down block, and we're going to do if right key press down, or right arrow. And for this one, we want it to be change X by +X. We don't want to do set X to, because that'll make it stuck. We want to do change X. So do change X by +10. You don't need a plus sign or anything, just 10 is fine. So if we do that, press play, then if we press the arrow keys, it'll move side to side. But the up and down things don't do anything, and it looks a little weird. So let's keep doing this. Alright. Now, we want to add gravity. And gravity is, when something gets pulled down. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have soccer ball falling grab. That's what we're going to go into, so we're going to go into the orange data section and do make a variable. And we want to call it soccer ball falling, or ball falling. So ball falling. And what we're going to do with that, so we're going to press OK then, and we want to make that ball falling into our gravity. So how we do that is, so go back into the control, and we're going to get an if-else block. So it's a lot like this if block, but it's if and then it has else. So we're going to drag that and we're going to put it right under the if, right here. So we also want to make our ground, because we always want it the ball to be falling down, but we want to program it when it hits this, like when it hits the ground, whatever we want the ground to be, it'll stop falling. So what we do for that is we're going to actually make a new sprite. So I'm going to paint a new sprite, and we're going to take our line here, and we're just going to draw our first level. So let's do it like this. This will be our first level. We can move that over a little bit if we hold and drag on here. Let's say that's what we want our first level to look like. So the soccer ball will fall, and you just have to get it into the net. Alright, so what we want to do is we want the black to be our ground color for the whole entire time. So what we're going to do is we're going to do sensing, if touching color, touching color, and we're going to drag that out into the if, and we're going to click on this little color box, and then that kind of picks up an eyedropper where you can put it anywhere, and that's what color it'll change to. We want to try and click on that black, so it'll change it to there. It may be a little bit hard, and you may have to zoom in somehow, but yeah. So we want this to be our ground, and we want to do if touching that, it's going to set cat falling to 0. So set ball falling to 0. So we're going to bring out that set ball falling, and we're going to put it right there. But then else, we want to do set ball, or change ball falling by -2. So the ball will always be falling until it touches the black, and then it'll do set ball falling to 2. So what we want to do is we want to change this to -2. So -2. So you want to set ball falling to -2. We're going to act like this is a lot like a y coordinate. So it's going to be going down. Alright, so next, to get that set right, we want to bring this change y by out, because we want to change y now, not x, but y. Going to put that right after that if-else block. And we're going to do change y by, and we're going to go into the data, and we're going to do ball falling. So whatever the ball falling is, that's what it'll change by. Did you see a glitch to the bottom right there? That's because if you look up here at this number, it keeps falling even when we press start. What we want to do is we want to do when start clicked, we're going to set ball falling to 0. So just drag that in there. So when we click start, here, we'll drag the ball up here actually. So when we click start, it'll go down. So right now you can see the soccer ball is resting on this black line, you know. But it looks a little weird, and we want to make it so you can jump up. So what we also want to start out with doing is when start clicked, you want it to start in a certain position. I think we should start it right here. If we look down here at our x and y coordinates, that is at negative, so x would be at -210, and y would be at -42. So we want to go into motion, and we want to do, when we want to bring out this go to block, we want to do that right after the when start clicked, and we're going to say -210 and negative, what was it again? So negative, so it was -210 and -32. So -210 and -32. So we want to change this to -32. Alright, so then when start is clicked, it'll start there and it'll drop down. So now we can move side to side, and yeah. Alright, so now we want to be able to jump, right? So we can jump and, jump into the goal. So how we're going to do that is we're actually going to start a whole nother script. So how we do that is we're going to go into this events category, and we're going to grab the when up arrow pressed. So we're going to change that to up arrow, and we're going to drag that down, and when up arrow pressed, and we want to make sure up arrow can't be pressed in the air, because let's say up arrow was here, then you could just be flying around everywhere. We want it to be if touching black, that's when you can start jumping. So we're going to bring out that if block, and then do the touching color, and again you're going to click on that little color box and click on the black. Then we want it to set cat falling, why do I keep saying that? Set ball falling to 20. And then we want to, again, go up here and do change y by ball falling. Alright, let's see how that looks. And start. So it starts there, and now you can jump and you can move around. So now, but when you go into the goal, it just falls right through and it falls into the red. Oh wait, I forgot about something. We have to code the red. So what we want it to do when it hits the red. So what I think we should have it do is we want it to go back to where it started. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to do the if block. We can just drag it right into this forever loop. If touching color red, then we want to bring this we want to go back into motion and get a go to block. And we want to look at this coordinate again. And remember it's negative 210 and negative 32. And we're going to type that in. Negative 210 and negative 32. So now, when you do it, it looks like this. So you can move around. Yeah. And then when you fall, when you touch red, you go back to the beginning. So I don't know if you notice this, but the ball sometimes falls through. And I bet you're wondering, well, is there a way to fix that? There is. It's just sometimes it gets a little weird. It's kind of hard to fix that all the time, but I'll show you one way it can make it look a little bit better. We're gonna do if touching color this color, then we also want it to change Y, which is, remember, up and down, by 1. So it'll look a little bouncy, but doesn't that look a little bit better? So then it won't. So if it does that, it will it won't fall through. It'll bounce back to the top. But then also, if you press the up arrow, then it won't jump. Yes. So do you see what I mean? Where it's, oh, never mind, it will. Oh, sorry. For some reason, I was wondering why that wasn't really working. So yeah, you can do that. But if you notice, when you hit that, it doesn't, it just goes right past the goal. We don't want it to go past the goal. We want it to be able to go inside of the goal. So how we're gonna do this is we're gonna take a screenshot of that one goal post. So we're gonna do Command Shift 4 and get that little screenshot thing, and you're gonna just get the goal post and the rest of the net like this. So then that screenshot will come up right here, and what you want to do is you want to press this upload sprite from file, and once you click that, all this stuff will come up, like your stuff will come up, and you want to click on your desktop, and you want to find that screenshot you just took. Mine is right here, but it's the screenshot of the goalpost, and you want to click open. So then with the screenshot, we want to try and make it look, we want to put it exactly where it's supposed to be so it doesn't look weird. So put it right there so it looks normal. But then what we want to do is we want to do when start clicked, we want it to go to the front. So the ball, it'll look like the ball will go through it. So we want to go to looks, and we want to go do go to front. So then when the start button is pressed and you do the goal, you'll go inside of it. But yes, there's one more problem. You fall down right here. How we fix that is we're just going to do a small black line you can bounce on. So we're going to go into this, we're going to go to costumes, and we're going to draw a small black line under it. So draw that small black line and move it where you want it. So it should be right on the under it. Like this. See? And then when you do this, it'll be like you made a goal. Then we want to program that so it says when you do get that in there, it'll say, oh, well, I got a goal then. You're going to program it to say, yes, I got a goal. So, we want to go to events. Once start clicked, we'll drag on another one, and we'll do a forever loop, and then we'll do an if block. What we're going to do is if, we're going to go into the sensing, and if touching, we're going to drag that out, and we're going to do if touching soccer ball. That means if the soccer ball is touching the net, it's going to do something. What we want it to do is we want to broadcast goal. So we're going to bring out this broadcast block, and we're going to click on that down arrow, and we're going to do new message. We want to name the message goal. So then we want to say when goal happens, go to next level. So we're also going to go into data and make another variable. So make a variable, and we're going to call it level. Level. So it'll say what level you're on. You're going to do okay. Oh, and by the way, you probably don't want this weird ball falling thing that's saying what coordinate you're at. So what we're just going to do is we're going to click the check mark on that. So it'll disappear. And then you can drag this level to wherever you want it to show. I'm just going to put it up here in the corner. So what we want it to do is when it's pressing when start clicked, we want to set level to level 1 because there is no level 0. So we'll do that. And then we want to do let's just go into this backdrop, and then events. When I receive goal, we're going to bring that out, and we're going to do data, change level by 1. So when it receives goal, it'll go to the next level. Also, in here, we're going to go into this sprite, and we're going to make one, and it's going to do when I receive goal. We're going to go looks and do next costume. And here is just where we're going to draw all our costumes. So let's draw another one. This one will, oopsies, we'll stop that. This one's going to be a little bit harder. So it'll be like a harder level. So what I'm going to do for my harder level is I'm just going to draw a line here. Maybe you have to jump up to here. Then jump here. And then there'll be red here. So just really make your level however you want it, your next level. And then don't move it like over here, or else it'll move every level. So what we want to do is we want to take this hand thing, and we're just going to select it all, like do it all over, and that's where you can move it to see where you like it. So let's say I wanted it here, and we'll move to there. So let's start it, and let's try this level then. Oh, okay. So we want to do jump up, jump up. Alright. There we go. So, oh my gosh, look at what's happening. It's glitching because we're stuck in the skull box, so it's just changing between these two. We gotta fix that. So we're going to go to the soccer ball, and we're going to code it. When the soccer ball receives goal, so when I receive goal, then we want it to go back to the starting spot. So we're going to do go to, and we're going to do that same coordinate that we always use, negative 110, or negative 210, and negative 32. Now, when you press start, you can jump, and when you get the goal, it'll go back to the beginning. So, but still, it's weird because it's just repeating them, but still bringing up the level. And I'll show you how to fix that. So first, we wanted to do it whenever you press the start button, it'll change to this level. So we're going to this sprite and do, when I receive start, switch costume to costume 1, because that's our first level. And we're just about done coding here, actually. Now, really all you have to do is just keep drawing more and more levels. And then, like, let's say I'm finished drawing all my levels, and let's say I had 5 levels and I'm done. Then I'm gonna do one more. Whoops, I'll stop this. And I'll make it, let's say I want to make it green, and I'll write how about you win? Like they beat the whole game. So that will be that'll be the end, like how I want to end it. So how I'm going to program that, so let's say I did want to end it, and that's where I'm deciding to end it. Oopsies. So yeah, let's say that's what I wanted to do. Well, then what I'm going to do is, 1 second. Yeah, so then what I'm going to do, want to make that cover up the whole page. What I want to do is I want to do, so actually I want to go in here and I want to call this, instead of costume 3, I'm going to call it you win. You win. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to write events, I'm going to do when start pressed forever, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do if, then I'm going to go into this operator section, then I'm going to bring out this hexagonal equal one. And what I want to do is I want to do if costume number, I'm going to put that in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to these costumes, and I'm going to see what number of costume it is. It is 3, as you can see in this corner right here. There's a 3. So that's costume 3. This would be 1 and 2. So 3. I'm going to do if costume equals 3. So I'm going to just type in a 3 here. So if costume number is 3, then we want it to stop all. And that's going to be like the end of the game. So stop all. So, we also want it to bring it to the front. So do go to front and stop all. So we'll do that. So now let's play. So here's our soccer ball. And so, we jump into the goal. And then here's our next level. And I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this. And we jump into the goal, and then it'll say you win. Alright, and that's basically how you do the game. You can add as many levels as you want, just keep drawing, and then you can put them in front of that you win page. Just keep drawing them. Like, you can do anything really. You can just have a big box, and they can also climb on text and all that stuff. And you can mess around where your soccer, whoopsies, and you can mess around where you want your soccer ball to start. Like, let's say you didn't want it to start right in the middle of the page because some of your levels would start higher. You can say, let's say you wanted it to start up here, which would be negative 193 and then positive 126. And that would be and then when start was clicked, it would start up there and then drop. So you can just play around with the stuff, and yeah, that's basically how you do it. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial thing, and yeah, so yeah, alright. Oh, make sure you save it. If you're on the app, you don't have to, but if you're not on the app, then you should. Anyways, yeah, that's how you do it. After you're done using the screenshot, you can also delete it, because I don't want that anymore on my screen. But yeah, that's basically how you make a cool soccer game. Oh, and also if you want, I forgot to say this soccer ball does look a little bit big, so you can make it smaller by just clicking on the shrink tool and then dragging it over and clicking on the soccer ball. So yeah, it would be like a little mini soccer ball. Yay! So yeah, that's basically what you do. I hope you enjoyed. Bye!